Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. I am here to cover an absolutely insane Steam Black Friday game deal. I personally think that this is the best deal that I've come across as far as a Steam game directly available on Steam for Black Friday. Some people are gonna bug out in the comments section being like, oh, there's Mush again being a smelly weeb talking about his anime games. And you know what? If you have a vehement hatred towards the weeb games, I can't help you there, but this is one of the best games I've played in the last decade or so. It's a game that I loved. I actually played it back in like 2014, so it was a little over a decade ago. But nevertheless, it's a phenomenal game, and I highly, highly recommend it. It is definitely quirky, zany, a little bit out there. I am talking about Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, which is 94% off for $1.19, $1 and change for Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, and it's an awesome, awesome game. It's a phenomenal game. It's a fantastic game. I don't know what superlative to use, and I'll gush about it, but we're going to talk about some other deals as well. The other Danganronpa titles are heavily discounted. The bundles on sale. We'll go over all of that. We've got some other deals outside of Danganronpa to go over as well, but I'll save that for later in the video because, yes, Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc is 94% off for $1.19, and it doesn't stop there. Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair is $3.99, and then you can also get Danganronpa 3 V3 Killing Harmony. That's 80% off for $7.99, and the bundles are all on sale as well. You can get Danganronpa 1 and 2 for $4.66, the Absolute Despair Collection, which includes Ultra Despair Girls, which is kind of a meme game, $8.70 on that, but there is the Danganronpa 1, 2, and V3 bundle, 84% off for $13.24. By the way, that also does include Ultra Despair Girls, and you end up saving $4.42 on that. If nothing else, if this is a franchise that you look at and you're like, yeah, it's a little bit out there, 94% off for $1.19 is a tremendous deal. Now, I will say, if you are somebody that is total, like I see it in the comment section all the time about me mentioning the anime games, the JRPGs, if you have a vehement hatred towards JRPGs in general, yeah, this game is like, bro, you do not want to get into Japanese games by just playing Danganronpa. Oh, let me try out Japanese games for the first time. Let me go check out Danganronpa. Yeah, bro, that's a no muss for me. But if you're into JRPGs, if you've, let's say, played the Tales of games, you've played the Final Fantasy games, you've looked at games like visual novels, and they are a little bit, you know, a genre that you just haven't gotten into, I will say this. Prior to Danganronpa, I really had not played a visual novel. You know, I played a little bit of Ace Attorney and whatnot, but as far as a game like this, it's not like visual novels were one of my go-to genres, but Danganronpa really opened up visual novels to me, and there's gameplay into it. There's the cases and the court system in the game as well. Brothers, just play this game and then give it 45 minutes to an hour, and I feel like it will absolutely hook you. I remember I initially had no interest in this game. It came out on the PlayStation Vita back in the day, and I remember I was listening to a podcast, and the dudes on there just would not stop gushing about this game, that I was just like, you know what, F it. I went to GameStop, and I paid $40 for this game for the PlayStation Vita. Gave the game, like I said, it was like 30 minutes or 45 minutes, and after that, this game hooked me. I literally completed this game, which is like a 20 to 22 hour visual novel in 2 days. That's how good this game is from a narrative standpoint. And I would argue that Danganronpa 2 is even better. You know, I would pick up the whole trilogy, but I totally get that this is a game that's a little bit out there, and it's not gonna be for everyone. So, you know, from that vantage point, if you're just a newcomer to the series, pick up Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. $1.19 for that is a fantastic deal. And the soundtrack in this game is a banger. Just look up Danganronpa New World Order, I think is the track, and it's phenomenal. That soundtrack is just, that track in particular is a banger, and when they use it, it's so good, and how this narrative, you know, kind of unravels itself, I think it's so great. There's that air of mystery, and a lot of unique characters, and I think there's a lot of charm there. Is it gonna be for everyone? Again, no, but if you have like a fringe interest in visual novels, and you see the games, and you're like, oh, that looks pretty cool, like maybe I would one day check out the Fate games, or maybe I would one day check out that, or Steins Gate, for example, but you just haven't. Danganronpa, a great one to start with. $1.19 is fantastic. Again, cannot say enough good things about this deal. I hope I sold quite a lot of copies of this game, because for that price point, like I said, for some people, it's just, they're not going to touch it with a 10-foot pole, and that's fine. But I know there's an audience out there that's going to get really invested into this game, and then get invested into the series, and then get excited for Danganronpa 2x2 coming out next year, and it's going to be a series that they get really into, and for this price point, it's a home run of a deal, and for the people that are gonna get into it, this is, I would say, by far as the Steam game deals I've looked at, the best Black Friday deal. At least as far as the ones that have rolled out. Maybe there's gonna be more deals rolling out today, as it is officially Black Friday today, but again, tremendous deal, and all the bundles are on sale. Again, there you go with that. Moving on from that, I do want to highlight some other lower key deals that I think are still worthwhile to mention. Under $10, we've got both Grandia HD Remaster and Grandia II HD Remaster. These are definitely lower key JRPGs that a lot of people don't know about, but they're fairly well received. Grandia 1, 1,500 reviews, 90% positive. Grandia 2, 1,300 reviews, 85% positive. It would be great if we got Grandia 3 on PC as well, but it is what it is. We can't all have nice things, but Grandia 1 and 2, having those games on PC, HD remasters, $9.99 a pop if you want some throwback JRPGs. Good pickups there, and Gung Ho Online Entertainment, shout out to them, because they've been publishing a lot of great titles for, you know, the more niche JRPG guys out there. They published the Lunar Remaster, and recently they did publish Trails in the Sky First Chapter, so shout out to them. They're doing great work. And next up, we have Sega's Binary Domain. This is one of those games that it came out in an era that I'm very fond in, the late PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 era, where there were like some really quirky games coming out in that era. I throw in games like Saboteur, Enslaved Odyssey to the West, El Shaddai, Ascension of the Metatron, and you can throw Binary Domain in there as well. And 80% off for $2.99, I think, is a pretty good deal. The game is set in a futuristic Tokyo, experience dual-layered Tokyo with a rundown and derelict lower city and a clean and affluent upper city. A consequence system, procedural damage, and weapon modification and skill selection is noted as well. $2.99 on that. And then we do have Castle of Illusion, a classic, 75% off for $3.74. Mickey Mouse returns to star in Castle of Illusion, a fantastical reimagining of the Sega Genesis classic with all new HD graphics and gameplay. Castle of Illusion brings Mickey and his world to life in this magical Disney adventure. When the evil Mizrabel kidnaps Minnie, it's up to Mickey to brave the dangers of the Castle of Illusion to rescue Minnie, gather your courage, and traverse enchanted forests, take on hordes of rebellious toys, and navigate mazes of living books. Play as Mickey and save Minnie from their evil clutches. So $3.74 on that. And then lastly, I want to give a mention to Phantom Doctrine. It's 90% off for $3.99. Now, this game sees a lot of comparisons to XCOM. I think whenever you do take a game that's within a genre and then you compare it to a top-level game in that genre, it always sets, you're setting people up for disappointment, but the XCOM comparisons are certainly there. The game is set in 1983. The world teeters on the verge of destruction as the Cold War tightens its icy grip. East or west, trust no one, question everything. The fate of humanity rests in your hands as you pit spy versus spy in tactical Phantom Doctrine. Again, mostly positive reception on this one. 2008 review, 74% positive there. But that's gonna do it for me. Again, this video was all about glazing Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. That is such a phenomenal deal, and I think the best deal that we've had on, as far as Black Friday deals. Honestly, even if you look at the various e-tailers, I still might go with this deal. It's just, inherently, this is a quirky game. It's not gonna be for everyone, so I think some people are gonna look at this and just write it off as, you know, cheap garbage that they're not gonna check out. But for people that are into Japanese games, and again, this isn't your gateway into Japanese titles, but a gateway into visual novels. If you've played other Japanese games, yeah, and maybe you're a fringe anime fan or an anime viewer, I think this is just a great game. There is an anime adaptation of Danganronpa, but it's kind of trash, so keep that in mind. But $1.19 on that, phenomenal pickup, highly recommended. That's gonna do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I appreciate all of you guys continuing to watch my coverage of the various Black Friday deals, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.